What would you consider paradise? For some of us, paradise might be having enough money that we don't have to work unless we want to, or perhaps having a perfect software where we could input all of our data and it would write our papers for us. For many of us, though, paradise probably looks something like this. Blue skies, white sand beaches, palm trees, and lounge chairs by the pool. While this might look like a travel brochure, it's not. It's a summer catalog for popular women's fashion magazine that arrived in my mailbox about 2 weeks ago as I was writing this talk. It seems that paradise is not just about relaxation, it is also an important marketing tool. This strategy stems back all the way to Christopher Columbus in 1492, when he penned letters back to the Queen of Spain using paradise descriptions to convince her to fund the next 2 voyages to the Americas. Paradise, it would seem, has always been political. As a cultural anthropologist, I study the way systems that we kind of take for granted as fixed and stable are actually delicate and based on cultural constructions. For the past 10 years, I've been working in the paradise city of Cartagena, Colombia, which has been strategically constructed as paradise to offset the construction of Colombia as a space of narco-trafficking and armed conflict. This is why in 2016, when the long-awaited peace accord was signed, it was signed in Cartagena, with both paramilitary workers and former presidents dressed in all white against the backdrop of swaying trees in the breeze and the Caribbean Sea. So I wanted to kind of study what it was like to make paradise, not just in boardrooms and in staterooms, but by the people who are charged with doing this every day. So to do this, I worked with a group of Afro-Colombian women called palinqueras, and here they are here. As you can see in many tourism brochures, palinquera women are used to sell the image of Colombia to foreigners. This is why, in 2010, the Colombian government created this nation brand and chose palinquera women next to the slogan, Colombia, the only risk is wanting to stay. So for my research, if you even arrive in the city of Cartagena, I noticed that in the airport of Cartagena, these women are the ones who would immediately grace you upon your entry. Next to the caption, "In Colombia, our smiles will always be the first to greet you." So for my research project, I conducted interviews, focus groups, and participant observation with over 200 palinquera women over the course of 10 years. I worked with them in their street corners as they were taking pictures for tourists and promoting the city of Cartagena to foreigners. Here I am with some of the women as they're selling fruits in the city. I noticed, though, that very soon the work of constructing paradise came at a price. For instance, here's one palinquera woman in 2019 as she's being harassed by police officers for violating the rules of occupying public space. This incident spurred a mass protest of over 300 palinquera women and hundreds of other street vendors as they were protesting the right to work within the city of Cartagena. One woman named Catalina shared that the role of working as a paradise vendor is very complicated and contrasts with how people are treated once they take off the uniform. Here she is in this 15-second clip. Post-conflict studies tend to contrast conflict spaces with safe spaces. The trouble is, however, that safe spaces are imagined to be inherently safe, inherently tranquil, and inherently peaceful. My work shows that these spaces are just as constructed as conflict spaces. So, perhaps the next time that you see an advertisement like this, I hope you ask yourself, what is paradise for whom and at what cost?